Listen, life's not waiting for you to feel ready. The clock's ticking, opportunities are moving, and if you keep letting weak feelings run your life, you're going to wake up one day wondering where the time went. So welcome, not to just another motivational talk, but to a conversation that's going to hit you where it matters. This is for you if you've been feeling stuck, lazy, scared, or just plain off. Because today, we're going to cut through the noise, strip away the excuses, and get to the core. Weak feelings are the silent killers of dreams. They whisper, "Not today." They say, "It's too hard." They tell you, "Maybe later." And before you know it, later turns into never. But today, you're going to learn how to kill them. Not manage them, not hide from them, not make peace with them. Kill them. Bury them. Replace them with something stronger. So buckle up, because this isn't going to be gentle. We're going straight for the jugular of everything that's been holding you back. Let's get real for a second. Weak feelings aren't this mysterious monster hiding somewhere out there in the dark. They're not some villain from a movie. They live in you. They live in me. And if you're honest, they've been running parts of your life without you even realizing it. Weak feelings are that little voice in your head that says, "Maybe tomorrow. Take it easy today. You've done enough. You deserve a break." Sounds harmless, right? Wrong. That's the trap. Weak feelings don't come kicking down the door screaming quit. They slip in quietly. They sound reasonable. They sound like they're protecting you. But what they're really doing is stealing your future one small decision at a time. Think about it. The last time you skipped the gym, you didn't say, "I'm quitting fitness forever." You just said, "I'll go tomorrow." The last time you didn't start that project, you didn't say, "I'm never going to chase my dream." You said, "I'm just too tired today." That's how weak feelings work. They chip away at you slowly, so you don't notice the damage until one day you're standing in the same spot you were a year ago, wondering why nothing's changed. And here's the harsh truth. It's not that you didn't have the ability. It's not that the world was against you. It's that you gave those weak feelings more power than your goals. See, everyone gets those feelings. Even the most disciplined, successful people you know wake up some days and feel like doing nothing. The difference, they don't listen. They've trained themselves to act without permission from their feelings. Because feelings are temporary. Action is permanent. If you keep waiting for the day you feel ready, you'll wait forever. Weak feelings thrive on that wait. They love it when you delay. They get stronger every time you choose comfort over action. Here's the thing no one tells you. Weak feelings will disguise themselves as self-love. They'll say, "Take care of yourself. Don't overdo it." And yes, rest has its place. But most of the time, that's not self-love. That's self-sabotage wearing a mask. You have to start recognizing the difference between rest and quitting. Rest is when you pause so you can keep going. Quitting is when you stop because you don't feel like going. And that's the core of weak feelings. They're feelings, not facts. Just because you feel tired doesn't mean you can't work. Just because you feel scared doesn't mean you shouldn't take the leap. Just because you feel unmotivated doesn't mean you're incapable. If you want to change your life, you have to stop letting feelings dictate your actions. Because your dream doesn't care how you feel today. Your goals don't care if you're in the mood. The world isn't going to pause until you're ready. The moment you understand this, everything changes. You stop waiting for motivation and start relying on discipline. You stop letting fear decide and start letting your vision lead. You stop being a slave to your emotions and start being the master of your actions. Weak feelings are loud, but they're liars. They'll tell you you're not ready, but you are. They'll tell you you're too tired, but you've got more in you. They'll tell you you're not good enough, but that's just fear in a different outfit. And here's the part that stings. Every time you give in to them, you train yourself to give in again. But every time you fight back, every time you do the thing you don't feel like doing, you train yourself to win. You build strength, you build resilience, you build a habit of action over emotion. So the truth about weak feelings, they're not here to protect you. They're here to rob you. And the sooner you stop negotiating with them, the sooner you take your life back. The battle isn't out there. It's in here, in your head, every single day. And the choice is yours. Let weak feelings run your life, or kill them and run it yourself. Weak feelings won't just pack up and leave because you ask nicely. You can't hope them away. You can't wish for discipline and expect to wake up a new person tomorrow. If you want them gone, you've got to be willing to go to war. And that war, it's you versus you. Here's the first truth you need to swallow. Weak feelings don't vanish by accident. They die when you decide they die. Not when you feel like it, not when the timing's perfect, right now. Killing weak feelings starts with one thing: action without negotiation. See, most people lose because they spend all day bargaining with themselves. I'll start when I have more energy. I'll do it after I rest a bit. I'll wait until Monday. That's exactly how weak feelings win. They don't need to beat you in a fight. They just need to keep you talking until you talk yourself out of it. The cure? Stop talking, start moving. Don't ask yourself if you feel like going to the gym. Put on your shoes and go. Don't ask if you feel ready to start your business. Open your laptop and start typing the plan. Don't wait for courage. Act while you're scared. The mind follows the body. You move first. The motivation comes after. You take the step. The energy wakes up. But here's where most people mess up. They think killing weak feelings is a one-time thing. It's not. It's a fight you'll have every day for the rest of your life. And if you treat it like a sometimes battle, weak feelings will creep back in stronger than before. You've got to build habits that choke them out before they can breathe. Start with small wins. Don't underestimate the power of doing the thing you said you'd do, no matter how tiny it is. You promised yourself you'd wake up at 6? Wake up at 6. You promised you'd drink more water? Drink it. You promised you'd make that phone call? Make it. Every small win is a punch in the face of your weak feelings. Every time you follow through, you're teaching your brain, I run this show now. And here's the part that will set you apart from 99% of people. Stop making comfort your default. Weak feelings live in comfort. They love the couch. They love the later. They love the it's fine. You want to kill them? Put yourself in situations that demand more from you. Do the cold shower. Run when it's raining. Work when you're tired. Every time you choose discomfort, weak feelings lose ground, because now they're in enemy territory, your territory. And let's be real, you're going to have days when they come back swinging. Days when every cell in your body says, just take it easy. That's when you've got to remember, feelings are not facts. You're not tired, you're unmotivated. You're not done, you're just scared. And fear is just weakness wearing a louder mask. And here's another truth. If you really want to kill weak feelings, you've got to stop surrounding yourself with people who feed them. Some people will love you as long as you stay the same. They'll tell you to relax. They'll tell you to slow down. They'll tell you you've done enough. Not because they want the best for you, but because your growth makes them feel small. You need to be around people who call you out when you slack, people who make you level up, people who aren't impressed by your excuses. Killing weak feelings isn't just about what you do when you're alone. It's about building an environment where weakness can't survive. And the final nail in the coffin, you've got to know why you're doing this. If your reason is small, weak feelings will always win. But if your reason is bigger than your mood, bigger than your fear, bigger than your tiredness, nothing can stop you. When you feel that voice creeping in, that soft, comfortable, lying voice. You remind yourself of your reason. You remind yourself what's at stake. And then you move. No hesitation, no debate, no feelings required. Killing weak feelings isn't about becoming some cold, emotionless robot. It's about putting feelings in the passenger seat and taking the wheel yourself. It's about living your life based on what you want long-term, not what you feel in the moment. It's about winning the war inside your head every single day. You do this long enough, you won't even recognize yourself. And the best part? Weak feelings don't just die. They get replaced with strength, with discipline, with pride, with the unshakable confidence that comes from knowing you can trust yourself to show up no matter what. That's the day you realize you've won. Imagine waking up one day and that little voice that's been dragging you down for years is just gone. No more, "I don't feel like it." No more, "maybe later." No more negotiating with yourself until the day's over and you've done nothing. Instead, you get up and your first thought is, what's the next move? Not, do I feel ready, but what needs to be done? That's living without weak feelings. And trust me, it's not just about getting more done, it's about becoming a whole different person. When weak feelings die, you start making decisions based on goals, not moods. Think about how powerful that is. Most people are prisoners of their moods. If they feel tired, they quit. If they feel scared, they hide. If they feel lazy, they waste the day. But when you live without weak feelings running the show, you're free. Free to do the hard thing even when it's uncomfortable. Free to chase the dream even when it scares you. Free to stay consistent even when life throws storms your way. And here's the thing. Life without weak feelings isn't cold. It's not emotionless. You'll still feel tired. You'll still feel scared sometimes. You'll still feel lazy. The difference is, those feelings don't decide your actions anymore. It's like driving a car. The emotions are passengers now. They can talk, they can yell, they can try to distract you, but you've got your hands on the wheel, your foot on the gas, and you're not stopping until you get where you're going. You know what's crazy? When you start living like this, people will notice. They'll say, "You've changed," and they'll be right, because you've stopped letting weakness dictate who you are. You've stopped being the person who starts strong and fades away. Now, you're the person who shows up, always. The first thing that happens when you kill weak feelings is consistency. You stop riding the roller coaster of motivated one day, gone the next. Your progress stacks up, your skills grow, your results start to speak. And the second thing, respect. Not from other people, though that will come, but from yourself. You finally look in the mirror and see someone who keeps their word, someone who follows through, someone who can be trusted with big goals because they've proven they can handle the small ones. Living without weak feelings also forces you into growth, because when weakness isn't an option, your only choice is to adapt. You lift heavier, you run further, you learn faster, you work smarter. You don't settle for good enough, you push for what's next. And here's the part nobody tells you, it's addictive. The pride you feel after a day where you crushed everything you said you would, that's better than any temporary comfort weak feelings can give you. That's a high you can't get from laziness or quitting. But let's be real. Living without weak feelings doesn't mean life suddenly gets easy. If anything, it gets harder. Because now you take on bigger challenges. You stop avoiding the scary stuff. You run towards it. And that's exactly why your life changes. See, most people live their entire existence trying to avoid pain. But you'll be the one who embraces it. Because you know on the other side of that pain is strength. On the other side of that fear is growth. On the other side of that discomfort is the version of you that you've been chasing. Living without weak feelings also changes how you handle failure. Before, one setback might have crushed you. Now, it's just data, a lesson, a stepping stone. You don't stop because you failed once. You adjust and go again. Weak feelings tell you to quit. Strength tells you to learn and keep moving. And here's a truth bomb. People are going to think you're obsessed. They'll say you're doing too much. They'll wonder why you don't relax more. But they won't understand that this is your relaxation, that nothing feels better than progress, that nothing feels better than knowing weakness no longer owns you. You'll start to realize that your old self, the one that kept making excuses, the one that let feelings control everything, was living in a cage. And you've broken out. Now the world is open. Every goal is possible. Every dream is within reach, because you're no longer waiting to feel ready before you move. Living without weak feelings isn't just a mindset, it's a lifestyle. It's a commitment to showing up regardless of how you feel in the moment. It's about trusting the process more than you trust your moods. It's about waking up every day knowing you'll give your best, even if your best today isn't the same as your best yesterday. And the most beautiful part? When you live without weak feelings, you inspire everyone watching. They see your discipline. They see your consistency. They see your progress. And without saying a word, you become proof that it's possible. That's what living without them does. It turns you from a person who dreams into a person who does. From a person who waits into a person who moves. From a person controlled by feelings into a person who controls their destiny. Once you've tasted that life, you'll never want to go back. Because you'll realize weak feelings were never protecting you. They were only holding you back from everything you could have been. There's a shift that happens the day you stop letting your weak feelings run the show. It's not loud, it's not flashy, but it's real. And once it happens, you're never the same again. See, weak feelings are sneaky thieves. They rob you in silence. They steal your mornings when you decide to sleep in just a little longer. They steal your dreams when you say, "I'll start tomorrow." They steal your momentum when you stop just because it's uncomfortable. They take and take and take until you wake up one day wondering where your power went. The day you kill those weak feelings, you get that power back. And trust me, there is nothing like it. You start waking up and realizing, I decide now. Not my mood, not my laziness, not my excuses, me. And that feeling, it's like switching from being a passenger to driving your own life full speed. Because here's the truth nobody tells you. Most people aren't living their lives. They're being dragged through them by their emotions. They move when they feel like it. They stop when they don't feel motivated. And in doing that, they hand over the keys to their entire future. When you take your power back, you break that chain. You start moving whether you feel like it or not. You stop waiting for the perfect day. You stop caring if it's raining, if you're tired, if you're not in the mood. You move, period. And that's dangerous in the best way possible. Because most people are looking for shortcuts, easy breaks, and miracle motivation. You're just putting in the work, day after day. You're stacking small wins until they turn into big victories. You're not playing the "when I feel ready" game anymore. You're already in motion. That's when people start noticing you've changed. You walk differently. You speak differently. There's a quiet confidence in you now, not because life suddenly got easier, but because you learned how to do hard things anyway. You've built evidence. You faced days you didn't want to get up in, and you got up anyway. You faced tasks you didn't want to touch, and you crushed them anyway. That kind of power, it doesn't just stay in one area of your life. It bleeds into everything. Your work, your relationships, your health, your mindset. It's like flipping a switch, and suddenly you're in control. And here's the crazy part. The more you kill weak feelings, the less they even show up. It's like they stop bothering you because they know they can't win anymore. You've proven to yourself too many times that you're stronger than them. And that's where the freedom comes in. Not fake freedom, where you do nothing all day and call it living. Real freedom. The kind where you wake up knowing you are in full control of what happens next. The kind where you can build the life you want because you have the discipline to see it through. Think about how different life feels when nothing has the power to stop you anymore. Not fear, not procrastination, not laziness, not doubt. You're operating on a higher level now, one most people never reach because they never make the decision to take back their power. And I promise you, once you get it back, you will never want to give it away again. You'll remember what it felt like to be trapped by your own weak feelings, and you'll never want to go back there. You'll look at challenges differently, not as problems, but as opportunities to prove yourself again. You'll stop needing permission to go after what you want. You'll stop apologizing for chasing something bigger. You'll also start noticing something else. You inspire people without even trying. Your actions speak louder than any motivational quote. People will watch you and think, if they can do it, maybe I can too. And without even realizing it, you become a living example of what's possible. That's what happens when you take your power back. You become unstoppable. Not because you never get tired, not